How's it going, YouTube? It's 220 Prepper here, and I got another video for you today. So this is pretty much going to be a forgotten bug out bag items part 2. I don't have as many things as the first video, but I figured since there's more that I could add, there's more that I should put in because, hey, you never know. Something may actually work for you. So enough about that. Let's go ahead and get into this video. So the first things first is a lot of people will carry lighters. Many people will carry, you know, they got the windproof lighters and all of that. But once they're done with these, then they go on to, you know, trying to go with the strikers. And that's fine. However, if you could use something a little bit longer without having to break into your other resources, why wouldn't you? So, with that being the case, why not add some lighter fluid? If you're using these windproof lighters, Zippos or whatever, get some fluid. Get some lighter fluid. You can even start fires with that if necessary. Speaking of alcohol, many uses for alcohol. And this cost me about $6. So this can be, most alcohols that are 80 proof or above can burn. Obviously, the higher proof, the more it burns. Pick this up, $6-7. You can get the glass ones if you don't prefer plastic. And if you don't want to put that much money towards it, then pick up the airplane shots. They're about $1, $2 at the local liquor stores. And they work as fuel. They work as disinfectants. Very useful products. Next, throw some extra flashlights in there. Even if not for you, even if it's just to trade and to barter with. A lot of people will disagree with that, but if you run out of supplies and you can't find more, if you get lucky, you might be able to trade for more. So why not throw things in there to barter with? Going along with that, ammo. Throw extra ammo in there, but you can also throw in off ammo. Like if you don't use a 9mm, but you throw a box or two of 9mm in your bug out bag. A lot of people say, well, that's extra weight for things that you don't need. Honestly, you might not ever need to, but you can still trade with it. Trade a box of ammo, and you might just be able to get some more lighter fluid, some extra food, things like that. You never know. So, and I'm not saying load up on it. 1-2 boxes, that's that. So, another thing is extra knives, extra weaponry, for the same reason as that off ammo. I like this knife. It's a very good knife, but this one I probably won't be taking with me in a bug out type situation unless I'm going to barter with it. Because while this would be a good combat knife, this doesn't have, to me, much use in bushcraft. And, you know, other people say, well, that'd be a perfect bush knife. Well, for those people, you might have a knife to trade for. But it's just things like that. And going on with the rule of threes, let's shift over slightly to the rule of threes. And one of the rules of threes is 3 seconds without hope. So everything is bad. You need something to hold on to. Well, why don't you get something that will keep you hope? That keeps you, that lets you know to keep moving. For me, it's this little necklace here. My girlfriend got it for me. 2 things are very important. My ring to her and my religion. If it's not that, some people carry a picture of their family with them. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with either option. It's just something. Something that you can hold on to, that you can look at, that will keep you moving. Also, right here, this is my IFAK. I had to recently adjust it so it's not where it should be. But throw some extra medical supplies. Throw in things that you don't particularly necessarily need. Throw in, if you come across like maybe insulin. There's a lot of people out there that need insulin. There's a lot of people out there, period, that need medicines. And they'll be willing to trade almost anything. And even if it's not something like insulin, I hate to be saying things like this, but practically speaking, medicines will be traded like currency. Especially like the medicines that can get a person high. Oxycodone, Vicodin, things like that can very easily be traded for almost any supply. That's like trading gold. And whether you like it or not, it is what it is. Other things, and there are ways you can get plenty of this. This is a emergency wanderer kit. My girlfriend bought it home one day. Ironic, of course. But in here is more supplies. Got a candle with some matches, a 5-in-1 survival tool. There's a signal whistle, liquid compass, a signal mirror. It's a watertight container, and it is a flint bar fire starter. That's got plenty of stuff. Flashlight, box cutter, hand warmers. This is definitely something I was going to add to this list, but hand warmers, emergency first aid, ponchos. This is actually the emergency blanket. This is the poncho. Poncho. Going back to the rule of threes, you only have about 3 hours in extremely harsh conditions, and that includes rain. If it is a massive storm going on right now, you need to find some way to protect yourself. Poncho. Emergency blankets. Also very, very good. For the obvious reasons of it is a blanket, but they'll keep you warm. You can use that as shelter. This one here, it's actually reflective. Maybe you can signal off. Some more batteries. These are things that you like keep in your car if you get lost. But this will work really, really well in a survival type situation. So it's just things like that people somewhat overlook. Not too many people will throw in alcohol in their bug out bags simply because they don't think about it. But it'll eventually numb the pain if you drink enough of it. They used to do that back in the old times. They needed to amputate somebody's leg. Take a swig, pour some on the wound. You just disinfected it to some degree, and there you go. If you need, you can use this to disinfect blades. You can use this to start fires. You could even tie some cloth around it and use it as a weapon, or just to start a big fire. Molotov cocktails. It's nothing more than a bottle of alcohol with a cloth wrapped around it, lit the cloth on fire, and they throw it. Plain and simple. And it's a very effective weapon. It disrupts a whole lot of things, but it's just something that people overlook constantly. Another thing is crayons. Crayons, apparently, if you light one on fire, can burn for up to 30 minutes. If you are trying to start a fire, having something like that will be pivotal. Just light it, and then you can just build on it. And that way, it'll be a little difficult for it to go out, and you're good to go. But this is just more things that people can put in your bug out bags. It's 220 Prepper, and I am signing off.